So I would come home and he was like, "Well, I went to continuation school, so I'm so dumb. I'm too dumb to do homework with my kids." And because I went to school and I got a bachelor's degree, he was like, "Okay, like you need to take care of the girls." So I'd sit down, I'd feed them, make them eat their rainbows,
What's
make
a
them
rainbow?
do like
like cereal?
vegetables of every color.
Oh,
They're rainbows.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that
Yeah,
too
I'm
with
gonna
my
start
kid
using that
now.
too.
You're
Like,
like,
don't get some
eat your
rainbow.
rainbow.
Eat your rainbow.
And then I'd sit down and do homework with the girls, take them, shower them, and then I would put them in bed and stay in the room until they fell asleep because they were scared of the dark. And then I would finally be able to go to my room, and whether if I had Daniela with me and I had to put her to bed or whatever. I'd go and lay down. He's like, "Okay, I'm horny. I want to have sex." And I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm exhausted. I don't want you to touch me. Like, I think you're gross at this point. Like, leave me alone." And he wouldn't care. He'd just force himself. And that was kind of my routine all the time. And if I got ready, did my makeup or hair before work, he'd be like, "You can't leave the house with that makeup." He'd block the door and he'd be like, "You need to wash your face off." Or he'd obligate me to have sex so he can finish in me and make me walk out the house like that. So no other man would want to touch me because I would have.
Bro, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then going back to being used. So my mom built us a house. She built us a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, and at this point, I had told my mom
Yeah, by the way, shout out to your mom and your dad. They're really nice people.
they're super cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're really nice. Yeah, sorry, I just had to throw that in there. They're really nice. So just in case if they watched it, you guys are nice.
So then my mom built us a house on her other property in Downey. For me and him to be able to save money and kind of grow, because at this point we literally were kind of paycheck to paycheck because he wanted spend all the money. But this was the crazy part. He had his own bank account. I wasn't allowed to have my own bank account. I had to have a joint account with him, and all my checks would get direct deposited there, and I couldn't have my own account. But he could have his own account. That was crazy, right?
What trips me out too, Jackie, is I know the type of person you are. So for me to see that you caved to that also kind of makes me be like, fuck happened, bro?
Yeah, I
Well,
know,
fuck happened, bro.
dude.
What
I know.
Just because I know the type of person you are, so that me hearing that,
She
it's also
was in
kind of
love. She
I
was
was
in
like,
love.
damn, that fucking, yeah, for real, love
She was
really
in
got
love,
that.
yeah,
huh?
really.
I don't know
God,
what
but
it was.
then-
I feel like at this point, no,
Shit.
because honestly,
Because that's why I'm asking, because I'm
I
kind of
don't
curious.
think I could honestly say from the bottom of my heart, I was not in love with this man. He caught me at a vulnerable point, and that's what he does. That's how he chooses his victims. He gets them at a vulnerable point. So a little backstory.
That's crazy, though.
I had a
That's
little
the one,
friend
yeah.
that I was consistently seeing, and that friend and I had a slip up, and I ended up pregnant.
Wait, hold on. What do you call them? Suitors?
Suitors, my suitors.
So you had a suitor.
I had a suitor.
Right, okay, hold on.
And
Let me
then
backtrack here. So you guys were not together, or were you guys together?
We were not together.
But you...
We were a consistent suitor thing. We'd see each other every weekend type of thing. We were in a relationship, but not a relationship, right? And we had a slip up, and I ended up pregnant. But I ended up miscarrying. Well, him and I found out we were pregnant, and he was like, don't have the baby. And I was like, dude, I can't do that. That's kind of effed up. We were both being irresponsible. And he was like, okay, well, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want a baby or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. Bye. So I was at a vulnerable point because it was I had to come to the realization that I'm going to have a baby by myself. And how am I going to break this to my family? I'm for sure disgraced now,
Yeah.
And
I'm sure that has to suck either way, whether it's from a guy or girl. But if from a girl, it's a lot different.
yeah.
So...
No, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
a guy, you're like, oh, I got someone pregnant. Oh, okay, dumbass. And then when a girl, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah, because
yeah.
you, as most women, don't really abandon their children.
Right.
It's kind of like a what if you do abandon your
I guess
children?
I found the one.
Yeah, Marvin got
Almost.
That. Marvin got that 1%.
I almost
dude.
got that
Hey.
1%.
He got that.
Almost.
You got that 1% out here.
Until I made her realize you need to
Yeah.
step up being a mom.
Marvin's gonna step outside and be like, I'm that 1% guys out there. Let everybody know.
I know, and with everything that's happened, I'm glad she turned around.
Yeah.
Even though it hurts losing her and everything, I'm glad that she turned around and focused on our
Yeah.
kid.
Oh, okay, so she
Yeah.
came back.
Well, yeah, because she wasn't really paying attention
not the
as
1%
much.
no more,
She
Martin.
was paying attention, but not to the full scale she was supposed to.
Right.
You
I
get
feel
me?
that.
So like I said, she only had on maybe 2 days at best. So when we were separated, whatever, I would have him with me, and then I'll take him out. I'll take him to Disney, all these places, whatever.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
And
yeah.
and when You see him a lot.
Yeah. No, I see it a lot on Instagram.
So like when
Vicariously living
again,
through
there
it.
was like this one day on a Thursday, and I knew she was off Fridays. On a Thursday, I called her up like, "Hey, I have JT with me. We're at Disneyland, and obviously I'm closer to you than I'm to home. You want me to take him already to your house? I'll drop him off. I don't mind." And then she hits me with the, "It's up to you." I'm like, "What? Like you don't want to see your kid? Like what do you mean it's up to me?
That's crazy.
It's you're a mom. You don't want to see your kid, like." So, and in that case, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. You obviously you don't want to care. You don't want to pay attention to our kid and anything like that. So, fast forward again, and then this is like around November, December, I want to say. And then again, I didn't at that time. I still didn't know about this whole other guy, other life. And then and then I found out about him, and as soon as I found out, she just clicked, and then she started being
A mom.
a more responsible, mature mom. You know, but still, she still plays games. She still tries to alienate me from my kid. She took me to court and all that stuff. But what can you do? It's hard for a guy, you know, because they have to find something specific for a female to not be suitable in court.
right.
So it's like it sucks for us, man, that actually want to care for our kids and want to be there for our kids. Because at the end of the day, the court's always on the side with the woman.
Can you do me a favor more right now that we're on that topic? Can you see what's the percentage on who gets custody the most? I just want to see the percentage.
I know that in California they're trying to sway more like father-wise recent years because a lot of fathers have advocated that there's negligent mothers out there that
Yeah, there's a lot.
that don't do their part and kids end up getting seriously hurt.
Yeah, you can see it too. In
There's
the
actually
attitude to the
like
kids
a statistic
too.
on that.
Yeah, there should be a
where-
statistic. I think you're on image. That's why. Okay, my fault. What is it? Mothers typically receive around 65% of the custody. Okay, that's a big percent.
That's a big percent.
That's still a big
Yeah.
percent.
But but it's
Yeah,
kind of from your right. They're
35%.
changing that. They're trying to make it more be 50-50 as far as co-parenting.
So that's hard though. You can't co-parent with a narcissist.
You can't.
Yeah,
you
that's
cannot.
you cannot.
And that's the crazy part because
Yeah.
there's no way you can go to court and be like, hey, like, it's hearsay at that point. Like, you can't be like, hey, you know what? He said this about me and this is it. And the court's going to be like, well, did you say it? And the narcissist is going to sit there and be like, no, they're crazy. Like, I would never say that. And that's the worst part. That's like,
That's why people kill people, bro.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't go to
in my
that.
head, I'm like,
No, but-
I'm sure
yeah,
there's
the
someone
crazy
in jail
people,
right
yeah,
now
no.
because of something like
No,
what
yeah,
you guys
yeah,
probably.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
There's someone like that,
Fucking
yeah.
wild, bro.
But it's like again, like
The mental abuse is
Yeah,
insane.
that's insane.
when
dude.
when that happened, she had sole single custody, right? She has sole single custody on her kid. To this day, she does until I go to the courthouse and change it, which I still can, which I'm planning to. But so it was sole single custody, and then I remember when the court was all done, everything was finished. The judge said, "All right, well, you guys are gonna return back to 50-50, right?" And she was like yes, yeah, nodding her head, whatever. Like, this is gonna happen. It's gonna go back to 50-50 because obviously the dad here, there's nothing wrong with dad. It was just heat of a moment type of thing. And we get taken outside, and the sheriff that's right there, the bailiff, I guess that's what you call him.
Yeah, the bailiff's inside the court.
He was talking to us. He put us aside. He's talking to us. Hey, like so and so. So this is the end of the chapter. You know, obviously you guys loved each other at once.
The bailiff said all this?
Yeah, but like, it's the best
my
thing.
God,
It's the
all
best
right.
thing like to do is be there for you guys' kid. And he told her like you have a partner, right? Like she's like yes. Like and he looked at me. Do you have a partner? I said no. He's like okay, well, nothing that does matter. But the fact that is like she's like he told me, you want 50-50? I'm like, absolutely, I would love 50-50. And she told him that, and she told her that, and he's like, do you want 50-50? And she just stayed quiet. And I was like, and I looked at her, and the guy's like, you can say no if you want. And she's like, no, I don't want 50-50. And I looked at her like okay.
So she lied to
Like,
the judge?
why wouldn't you want 50-50?
Yeah.
Like, the sheriff was like, it doesn't matter what you want. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You guys are going to get 50-50. So, and she just stayed quiet, and she looked upset, like, damn.
Yeah.